have any idea how much an animal eats in 1 year? I mean, 2 elephants are going to require 365,000 pounds of food and 36,500 gallons of water.
Where the hell is he going to get all this food? 2 elephants need 365,000 pounds of food and 36,000 gallons of water.
What water, Jeffrey? It's going to be raining.
Yeah, for 40 days. What are they going to do for the other 325 days?
Well, God told Noah to prepare every kind of food that was to be eaten. Not to mention the water that they're going to need, and it's only raining 40 days, so you got to figure that shit out too.
I mean, the giraffes are going to need 54,750 pounds of food. The hippos are going to need 65,700 pounds of food. The 2 lions are going to need 16,060 pounds of meat. I mean, all that meat's going to rot. God, have you thought this through?
Giraffes need 54,750 pounds of food. Hippos need 65,700. Lions need 16,000 pounds of meat. Oh yeah, and I hope Noah didn't forget to bring a freezer or else all that meat's gonna rot.
Yeah, but I did that, and that still leaves us with 17,400 birds, 12,000 reptiles, 9,000 mammals, 5,000 amphibians, and 2 million insects.
It seems kind of impossible to fit all the food on the ship, much less all the animals, which includes 17,400 birds, 9,000 mammals, 12,000 reptiles, 5,000 amphibians, and 2 million insects.
Look, God, none of this even really matters anyway, because you said that the floodwaters are going to cover all of the mountains under the heavens by a depth of 20 feet. That's going to put the altitude of the floodwaters at 29,055 feet. All the animals are going to freeze to death. Those that don't freeze to death are going to become exhausted just from trying to breathe in an atmosphere that has 33% less oxygen, and they're going to suffocate. This is going to be disastrous, God. Disastrous.
So let's just pretend that none of that shit matters. Everything is just fine. Nothing has killed us yet. We're all just living on the ark, all happy. Well, now we have to think about altitude because we rose to at least 29,000 feet to cover Mount Everest. So we're going to try to not freeze to death at this point. That's pretty damn high. At least the animals are going to have a difficult time breathing.
God, not even most of the sea life is going to survive.
What, Jeffrey? It's going to be covered with water. Perfect for sea life.
Are you kidding me? You're going to be changing the water temperature, the water pressure, the light filtration. Salt water is going to be mixing with fresh water. God, it's going to kill most aquatic life too.
Then we have to think about all the different variations of sea life that are just going to die. First of all, the sunlight's not going to get deep enough in the water for the plants, so the fish and all the other aquatic life aren't going to have nutrients. They're going to die. Salt water and fresh water are going to mix. Sorry if that's offensive to Islam, but in fact it does mix. So then all the fish are going to die and all the different, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Everything's going to fucking die.
Huh. Okay, I see your point.
And I just thought of something else too. Even if the animals survive the trip, well, what are they going to do when they get off the boat? The herbivores aren't going to have any vegetation to eat because it's all going to be wiped out by the flood.
And even if none of that shit happened, now we have to think about after the flood is over. The purpose of the flood was to kill all land life. Nothing is left. What are the animals going to eat? What are the herbivores going to eat? All the trees, all the plants are dead.
And the carnivores aren't going to have any animals to eat. Every time they do eat an animal, they're going to make an entire species go extinct.
What are the carnivores going to eat? I mean, every time they eat an animal, they're going to make an entire species go extinct.
And that really brings me to my last point, God. 2 individuals of a species is not enough to propagate an entire species. I mean, you need at least 50 individuals of a species in order for there to be a proper amount of genetic diversity. And with only 2, I mean, you have to inbreed. And with all that inbreeding, there's going to be severe genetic defects. I mean, this is not going to work, God. We're going to have to think of something else.
And speaking of going extinct, the only way to prevent everything from going extinct is through lots and lots of incestual inbreeding. That's the only way to prevent it from happening. Like, you know, because there's nothing that could ever go wrong with that, like severe genetic defects, you know, because that's not a problem, right? This situation is different because in this case I repeated lines verbatim. I didn't change them the way that I should have. I said them in the way that they were said in other videos, and people oh god, I'm sorry, I sound so gross. And people have called me out on that.